What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How y'all doing? How you doing? Just on here. It's been a crazy couple of weeks and everything. So I felt like talking about this schedule is impromptu. So this is not scheduled, but I'm gonna invite the fans on that want to jump on and talk about the schedule and everything else. Michael Penix sighting. I'm out there, doing some practice. Talk about that and everything. So with that being said, what's up, everybody? Good evening. Well, good afternoon, actually. You already know who this is. Your girl, Miss MaggieTProductions. And your girl's been busy in the community. Speaking of in the community, I will be hosting for those that couldn't get to the sold out Aces and Dream game, Urban Pie, which I'm partnered with KB Sports Media and 100.9 The Blaze. I will be hosting a watch party for that day. And let me get Miss Pam up in here. Miss Pam.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
doing good. Waiting for the baseball game to start at the double A of the Braves, Columbus Cleanstone.
Okay, what time did that game start?
At 6, but they giving away a Drake Baldwin bobblehead, so that's why I'm waiting.
Okay. What's going on
Yeah.
with you today? It's a
Um,
beautiful
the-
day out.
yeah, congratulations to all the high school graduates because they
Thank
coming in
you.
and out. Yeah,
Yes, my
and especially
baby.
the daughter. Yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
Yes, it was. I cried like a little baby
I,
both
I, I
days,
know how you
dinner and
feel.
graduation. And I'm still in my emotions about it because she's going to be
Yeah,
going off to Mercer University for her chemistry major.
nice,
So I'm
nice.
excited. I just wanted to test out StreamYard today just to see because it's our old trusty dusty, you
Yeah,
know, tool doodle, what we call it. What's it used to call it? Mouse tool. This is my
not
mouse
too.
tool. So I'm like, we're gonna see how it works today because
Yeah,
I've been fishing around
yeah,
to other avenues of streaming, but we're gonna
yeah,
see. We're gonna see.
yeah. We'll
So
see.
we're gonna go ahead and get into just a little bit of the conversation. Before we get into the schedule and everything, let's talk about the schedule release video with Matt Ryan, Drake London.
Yes, yes.
I thought that was hilarious, especially the part where Drake was throwing the trash to the ain't sign in the
Yeah,
trash bin. Oh, they giving him hell about that one. It's like rival, baby. And you lucky we didn't say visitors on that picture, but
yeah.
um,
I like
so
the Drake and the Lamar duo right there, where he kind of
right.
meanwhile him. That was nice.
And Bijan, the guy that came in, didn't want to say his name. It's like your
Yes,
name sounds a little fancy, Bijan.
yeah. And
I
him
thought
running
that
through
was
him.
cute.
And him running through the building, I think that was simplified that they're gonna be on primetime TV, and he's the celebrity on the primetime TV. I thought that was cute.
I thought it was cute too, definitely. Let me make sure that we are streaming. And everybody is welcome once I drop the link. If you're already in the AFN chat, just click the link,
Hmm.
jump on. It's open to everybody. This is not a Ladybird show. This is a fan appreciation day. Since
Hmm.
we really didn't do much this week because of graduation
Yeah,
with my baby, I didn't do Ladybirds or we didn't do the Thursday night Dirty South playbook. But I was like, I can't go too long without having at least a live and seeing what the fans feel
yeah.
about the scheduled release. So I'm excited about it. So with that being said, what do you
Hmm.
thought? So what do you thought about the overall schedule? Let's go ahead and put that up.
Yeah, I was super happy that the Green Bay, the schedule rescheduled the Pittsburgh and Greenberg early in the year. So for that week one, Pittsburgh, I like that part, and then the
Mhm.
week number three, in Green Bay. I'd rather be in Green Bay when it's nice, not too cold, not the freezer time. So it's an opportunity to visit that historic stadium. So I'm quite excited about that.
Now, are you so? And then of course, Case, hope y'all can see that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
make it a lot larger. Let's see. Let me know
yeah.
if it changes if it looks a little bit more visible when I do
Hmm.
this. Let's see.
You can see it.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the schedule, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna kind of go over the schedule, and then y'all just kind of tell me, what you're feeling, and of course, I'll drop the link in a moment, so y'all can kind of give me your thoughts, because I want to talk about, the guys coming out to practice, Michael Penix. But
Mhm.
let me make sure she's on Twitter real quick,
Yes, yes, yes.
real quick. Let me make sure. But I hope everybody in the chat is doing all right. Like Miss Pam said, all the graduates.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. I think
Congratulations.
I seen T Will's daughter.
Yes,
Graduate
yes.
also. So congratulations
Congratulations.
to her.
Mm-hmm.
I've had quite other few friends, families, and things that,
Co-workers got a daughter graduated, so congratulate to her, and
yeah.
also gratulate to my cousin. She
Hmm.
received her. She passed the board and graduated with a nursing
Okay.
degree. So
Nice.
I'm super proud of her. That was yesterday, and that was super nice. My cousin sent picture of it, so I'm super proud of her.
That's nice. I love it. I love it. Great to see
Yeah.
you again. Okay, what's going on, Trenton? How you doing? We got Jalen in the house. What's going on,
AJ
Jalen? What's up,
Lane.
family? What's good, bro? He didn't expect to see a friend here in the chat. Hope all is well. Okay, we got Trenton and
Yes.
Will catching up. Hey, y'all, I'm
Yes.
here. Well, you're welcome to join us, Jerome, if you want to chop it up with us. We're just talking about the
Yes.
schedule, and it's just kind of just free for all. So no matter what the conversation, we'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
it. Anything AFN I'm doing. That's right.
That's
Same.
right.
Okay, we got Freddie was mad about the lemon. He was mad about the lemon pepper
Lemon
wings.
pepper wings.
Uh, I would have been saying, look, Freddie, mind your business, okay? Mind you been turn your head. I'm sorry,
That
your
was
children.
cute.
It was cute. Looks great. 3 divisionals to finish. Gonna be a lot of fun. Huge congrats to the graduates. Absolutely.
Yes.
So
Yeah, Lucy.
let's get into it. So just kind of going over the schedule right now. So
Mm-hmm.
of course, we all, the season has changed where we only have 3 preseason games, and I'm hearing rumors
Mm-hmm.
that they're thinking about bringing it down to just 2 or 1 preseason game.
Game.
And so the question is, Miss Pam, before we get into the
Mm-hmm.
schedule release,
Okay. All right.
um, how will you think that will affect the players now? So with that being said, do you think this regime is going to play some of the starters maybe in, maybe a quarter, first game, second, third? What do you think the Falcons should definitely, especially with Matt Ryan
Yeah.
being a former player and
Yeah.
understanding even I want to say Michael Turner, Ovi, they both express how important it is for players to get some real playing time, even if it's preseason or not.
Yes.
Them as former players, I think their voice is a little bit more major than our own because they played it. So they know
Mm-hmm.
the significance of actually doing a little bit of practicing. Um, so I also know they was tugging out. Let me see. Yeah, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan gets consent.
Fat. Yes.
Tugging on our hearts, making us choose between lemon pepper wings and Freddie. Well, you know what, Freddie? I'm sorry. Turn your back,
Sorry.
buddy.
That lemon pepper gonna ring all the time, man.
I see that QB1 is ready. I did see him,
Yes.
doing some
Yes. It,
practices.
And he
How do
was
you feel
actually
about
under the center. He was actually under the center, y'all. So this myth about he ain't under the center, y'all might as well get rid of that myth. The fact, I mean, about the preseason game, I'm hoping they will start the players because they got to compete for these positions,
that?
and you got to see who gonna win the position. And I think there'll be other teams that gonna look at our team because we got some players on there that possibly could get waived, and everybody else looking to see who we gonna cut. And so we could probably, I mean, the chances are for the players to compete. I like it. I
Yeah.
think this regime will do that, and I mean to get that exposure because they won't be rusty doing the road opening against Pittsburgh. So I'm hoping they'll get at least 1 quarter or 2 start.
I hope
What?
so. I hope even maybe probably not 2, but maybe 1. At
Yeah.
least just to give them a little couple of snaps under center on the field through preseason. So,
And what I'm
because
looking at, I don't like the fact they playing in Miami. That's their field. Their
oh,
field is a
their
hot
field is
mess.
terrible.
I'm
That's my
hoping
biggest
they don't.
fear.
I'm hoping they don't have no dual practice with them
I
because
hope not.
I, because I remember the last time our players actually got hurt on that nasty field. So
Right.
I'm hoping if they do a section, will be the one against Denver, or the Colts.
And
I
they
mean, I
need to
want to.
switch it up, though. They really do need to switch it up and stop going to
Yes,
Miami for preseason and practice.
yes.
Hopefully they're deciding against it because we can't afford to lose any more players. We already
That's
got
right.
players that are scheduled to hopefully come back. We don't need
Mhm.
any more. We just don't need any
No.
more to start the season. The starters should play a couple of series in the preseason, and I agree with that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because it's been a long off season. It's a new regime, so I feel like every
Hmm.
opportunity to get some practice time and play time in is beneficial to this league to adjust to the new changes in the staff
Hmm.
early. I don't want
Hmm.
to wait to first game of the season. Speaking of first game of the season, the
Hmm.
Steelers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So let's get into the schedule. It
Hmm.
says I would completely understand if Michael Penix is recommended to not play in preseason, but we got
Uh,
Tua.
we
That means
gotta. He gotta
Tua.
start, y'all. He
He
gotta
got
win that. He gotta win that job. That's it.
right.
For you to just arrest him because of injury, I don't think you should do that. I mean, if he wants the job, he need to earn that job.
Right.
Point blank.
If he's showing that he can be under center in practice, is there's no point of being, we can condition
Mm-hmm.
him and everything else after the fact, but at least a quarter,
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
not a full quarter, get out there and protect them, you know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
because we also got to get our guys to protect these quarterbacks too. So it's
Hmm.
like we don't have the quarterback under center to kind of practice with that team. I know it's just preseason, but any little bit counts in my opinion.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think it's a quarterback competition. Penix is working with the team while Tua is golfing. Oh, but you know
Ooh,
what?
low blow.
You got to think about it. That
Yeah.
contract,
Yeah.
um, has shown that they didn't really pay. They paid him pennies. So
Yeah.
honestly, he's just pretty much a security blanket.
Yep.
While they didn't want to name anybody QB1 because, like you said, we got to see it. We got to see it to
Yeah.
believe it. We got to see them play both quarterbacks. But of course, it seems like the focus definitely is on Michael Penix. But we knew that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We knew that. But
Hmm.
if Penix is not ready, Tua need to be out there also. Penix
Exactly.
versus Pennies. I'm gonna go back to this comment. It says week 11 bye is important to us. It sure beats last season's week 5. But with that being said, we have Madrid against Cincy, then
Hmm.
KC and the Benz going into right. So,
Yeah. Tough.
Miss Pam, do you think this is a tough schedule for the Atlanta Falcons?
I believe it's a tough schedule. I'm gonna say if we had the last regime going up at this schedule, I would have been very
Nervous.
weary. But I'm optimistic. I have to be. We're gonna have to take it a game at a time, and
Mhm.
if they do what they need to do, I think we should be able to at least. The goal is to make it to the playoffs. At least win the division. That's the
Yeah.
goal right there.
Right. And I agree. I agree. We got a good team. And I think us having so many primetime games, they're
Yes.
still looking at the Falcons as we're going to see what's going to happen, especially with that
Yeah.
quarterback. Well, some people saying it's not a competition, but anything's a competition with our new
Everything's a competition.
coaching
Yeah.
staff. Everybody,
Yeah.
even not even just the coaching competition. We got to look at the linebackers situation. We got to look
Mhm.
at a lot of positions where we definitely did a lot in the free agency to fill some gaps. Took some things in the draft and everything else.
Mhm.
4-0 to start. So you feel that the Steelers Panthers, of course. Oh my
Hmm.
God, that's revenge.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We owe them big
We
time.
owe them big time. Yep.
I want to kick their ass both
Yeah,
games this season.
yeah, yeah.
We need
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh
We
yeah.
need that. We got
Definitely for
Packers
sure.
and Saints, and definitely the Aints, the
Hey.
visitors.
And yeah,
Um,
you know the Saints name, they put it on their anniversary of Hurricane Katrina.
I
So,
saw that, so you know it's
but you
gonna
know
be
what?
yeah,
That first game they won, and then that second game of their anniversary we won. So I'm hoping third
that we
time the
win.
charm we gonna win,
Right.
and it's a Monday night game, so I'm feel pretty good for the primetime game. So I think we will bring out a victory on that.
Right. Hey, Maggie and Pam. Uncle
Hey,
Steve. Great
hey,
point, Jerome.
Steve.
We only ever beaten the Steelers 2 times in history, but
Yes,
Coach Kev is career 6-6 against them, and they have
yes,
no definite guy at quarterback. So
yes,
we just got to be optimistic. We were just
yes.
hoping that with the new regime, the way they're, saying that everybody is competing for their roles, they want to develop a lot of these players that just wasn't properly coached last year because it was a coaching staff, not a team issue.
Mm,
Issue,
mm,
and that's in my opinion. And Uncle
yes,
Steve, y'all go ahead and follow Uncle Steve. I think he and Big Low
yes.
Country. Shout out to Big Low. That is
Shout
my
out.
baby's uncle. Him and right wife Roni. We had
Um,
a graduation on Wednesday for my baby, Camille. She graduated from Hateville Academy with honors, y'all. Top 25 of her
nice,
class. And
nice.
Uncle Dustin or Big Low and Roni were there in attendance for the graduation, and we had dinner the next day, rooftop, y'all. So
Ooh,
that's why he
I
missed it
gotta
a
go
lot
there.
last night.
That look nice, Maggie. I need to visit there when I come up to
Well,
Atlanta.
let's do it. I'm
Mhm.
all for it. It's over there by Punts. So
Okay,
I would
nice.
love to have the Ladybirds and some of the fans to kind of maybe have a little nice little dinner on that
Yes,
area in the rooftop. I think that was beautiful. The scene was
that's
great.
nice.
They had little fire pits and everything. Where you wasn't cool because it was a little windy yesterday, but we
Mm-hmm.
made it work. Well, that was Thursday, but we
That was
got Big
Thursday, yeah.
Wheel. What's going on, Big Wheel?
Hey,
We
Big William.
are family. Yeah,
Please.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
hey, hey,
Oh,
hey.
shoot, we had Blackberry on the show, Big Low, T
Good.
Will. Okay, okay,
Okay.
that's what's up. I'm glad to see that. I know Blackberry hit me up about something. I'm gonna have to hit him back. I've been so busy.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, Blackberry, I'll hit you up later.
Uh,
But Big Wheel. So I asked Miss Pam the same question, and I'm going to drop the link in a minute for anybody that wants to join the panel.
yeah.
Like I said, I just felt like coming on because it's been about a week since we've been on AFN
Mm,
because, busy week and a busy
yeah.
couple of weeks. And I didn't trust StreamYard because of their tech issues, but I seen that everybody seemed to be having okay shows lately. So I said, let me just try this out before tomorrow, because we got the
Mm,
regulators.
yes.
Willpower hour, my guy. So Big Will, how do you feel about the schedule? Do you feel like this is a tough schedule, and what do you think about it? What? And I'm going to ask you too, Miss Pam and Chat. What are the games you are most worried about?
Well, I feel like every schedule in the NFL tough because if you come in thinking that anybody easy to beat
Yeah.
in the NFL, you the wrong man for the job. Period. Because
Mhm,
everybody got talent. It always come down to coaching at this level,
mhm.
preparation. How well do you prepare? So I'm saying that's what I'm thinking about. What you asked was which game I'm looking forward to.
True.
Well,
Hey,
well,
we
looking forward to is one, but also just which ones do you feel that we definitely gonna have challenges for
That
as
was
far as
for.
against them?
uh well, I think we definitely gonna have challenges within our division.
Right.
But with that
Mhm,
being said, I think we gonna sweep our division to be truthful. I think we had a chance to do it last year, but
mhm.
you know what I'm saying? But like it's gonna be tough. If we come prepared to play, we can play with anybody in the league. And
Yeah.
we showed that at times last year. If we just
Mhm,
had great coaching,
Mm-hmm.
we would have easily won 11, 12 games last year, easily.
mhm,
But
Right.
we
mhm.
didn't have the right coaching. So like if we say how
Agree.
we played with Buffalo, we dominated Buffalo. We
Mm-hmm.
dominate so we played well in big games. Like what we had I think we had 5 or 6 prime time game last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we was like 4-1, I think, 4-1 in primetime games. So like we're made for the big moment if we got the right coaching to, you know what I'm saying, to
Yes.
take us there. We good. We
Yeah.
got players. We went on a 4-game winning streak without coaching.
Mhm.
That was just the player saying, man, hey, man, I'm tired. Like Kirk Cousins came in there throwing his own playbook. He was up
Right.
under center all of a sudden.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Doing his own
Right.
playbook.
Right.
Yeah.
And we went on a 4-game win streak without
Mhm.
coaching. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, think about it. We got competent coaching, which we have already. And
Amen.
I love the little petty video the Falcons put out there with Michael Penix under center. Oh, I just
Yes.
love the
I love
pettiness.
that. I
I
love
love the
it.
pettiness. I'm like, oh my
Yes.
God. And we got videos of Tua Tagovailoa out there and got doing Vegas playing golf. So I said,
Yeah.
okay, I see who's serious about the
Who?
football right now.
Thank
Mhm.
you. And
I
that's
Thank
what it's
see
you.
gonna
who's
take.
serious.
That's the real competition, yeah. I know.
Competition.
And then of
Yeah.
course
Yeah.
Trenton saying, ladies, I get so irked when people say a brutal or tough, like we're not good team. We just
Yeah.
beat
I
No,
mean, really.
last year
that's
and
when you
teams leads in the fourth against the AFC Super Bowl participant. Oh yeah. And it's
yeah,
Oh
only a
yeah.
that's when
question,
you
Trenton.
notice.
Yeah.
I'm just getting an idea of what people feel, but I'm not afraid of anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Any
A
That's
schedule,
the
game
that's
at
the
a
problem
like
with
time.
you said,
that's
Will,
the
like
problem
if
with
you
our fan
sleeping on a
base.
team, it's tough either way because if
Mhm.
you come in there acting like, oh yeah, this is a win, I'm not gonna prepare hard. I already know
No.
this is gonna be an easy game. That's when that F's you up,
Yes. I
basically.
agree. Agree.
Right. And that's the problem with our fan base. That's why the outside media always dunking on our fan. We so freaking scary in the Atlanta fan base. We
Right.
every year we come in, oh man. I don't know. I don't think we can beat. Come on, man. Hey,
It's
bro.
gonna be a
I ain't
4 win
scared of
this
nothing.
season,
That'll
right?
be
I ain't scared
optimist.
of nothing, bro. We come ready to play. And how many times we ain't seen a team come from the bottom to the top in
Yes.
a year? We ain't seen that too many times in this league. It's all about
Mhm.
preparation in this league. So like,
Right.
if you
Mhm.
really prepare, I don't see us at the low. I see us 10-7. At
Yeah.
Okay.
the high, I see us winning 14 games.
Okay.
I'm just telling you how it is. When I'm looking at these games, I'm looking at coaching. Can our coaching staff outdo their coaching staff? That's what I
Yes.
look at because everybody talented at this level.
Hmm.
Can
Mhm.
our coaching staff outdo their coaching staff? And
Right.
I can't see us not having a double-digit win season. I can't see it. I did so many similar. I can't see it.
Mhm.
If I can go on Madden and play with this playbook and dominate people, I know good well we can do something.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, and I mean, it's being optimistic, but being also realistic, and I like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't
yeah.
expect a 17-0
I ain't
season.
gonna say no
Yeah.
17. Oh yeah, I'm gonna
No.
be
Right.
real
No.
now. I ain't.
No.
Hmm.
We're gonna take it a game at a time, and I feel confident with these competent coaches that we gonna do well.
Right.
Right.
And we got
And that,
Jerome in the house. What's
Hey,
up? What's up?
Jerome.
How you doing?
Man, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing on this gorgeous
what's
Good.
Saturday?
happening? What's
Sunday?
happening? What's
Hey,
happening?
what's happening?
So how you
The
feeling? We just
old
I
talked
can't
about the
complain.
heads.
I'm just
schedule.
enjoying this good weather, man, and I'm living.
Okay. Do you think kind of what Will was saying about the schedule, 10 games or so? What do you think? What do you think? Just looking at this,
Oh yeah,
how you
most
feeling?
definitely. I agree with what we were saying. Anywhere between 10 and 11, because it goes back to what he was just saying earlier. It's about coaching, and then let's be real, y'all. We playing the AFC North and a
Mm-hmm.
couple of AFC teams that
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I think we lost you.
Pittsburgh on.
There you go.
Hear me?
Yes, we can
Can
hear
y'all
you.
hear me?
Uh-huh.
You can
My
hear
boy
you.
in
Yeah,
the
I was
bad,
just
my boy in
saying.
the bad area over there. Ain't
Yeah, man. Y'all know the day I'm in the truck today.
Oh, you in the
So
truck.
y'all know
Okay.
the expressways messed up, so I had to take some back roads home
Mhm.
in my box truck. But
Okay.
now what I
Okay.
was saying was I'm saying that the fact that we playing the AFC North and we got a coach left that division. True indeed, it is some turnover in the division, but a lot of the coaches that they hire are familiar faces other than I think Mike McCarthy, in Pittsburgh. But the fact that we playing them week one with a new coaching staff and it's turnover, I kind
Yeah.
of like our odds.
Me
I
too.
just think the toughest part is going to be the NFC teams that we play. But I mean, I can
Mm-hmm.
see, like we were saying, Tina coming back, and the fact that them boys vouched to bring Coach Brick back and we added fuel to the fire that we already was brewing, it's going to be a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I see what Xavier Littman is saying, and I appreciate everybody else in their comments. I think we should adopt the Kirby Smart way and hold some in team red and black scrimmages to substitute for the lack of preseason games. Right, or playing another opponent outside of Miami, so our players, I mean, they're still subject to getting knock on wood.
They don't need to go to Miami to play
still,
scrimmage game with them. They don't need to do that.
No, that's a no, definitely.
That's a no.
And it says Brandon Sean said, listen, I ain't
I
scared.
think it's in Atlanta this year, right? Ain't the Miami game in Atlanta this year?
Oh, let me see.
Is it gonna be Atlanta? I hope.
I think it's here.
Cause they got one preseason
it's at
game.
Dolphins. It's at Dolphins.
See, that's why I say they got one preseason game in Atlanta, and the rest, the other two is on the road, and one of them is Miami.
Yeah, why we can't get no home game against Miami? Come on, they keep playing them on that Yankee field.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, they little janky field. Listen, I ain't scared, but I'm worried what we don't really have any run stuffers. Caffrey whooped us by himself. Derrick Henry, Jay Gibbs, Travis E. We got a lot of running backs who are great that we can't stop.
Hold on. To that what he said right there. Let's think about it. They didn't start running the ball until Dion Diablo got hurt. That's when they started getting off. When Diablo got hurt. When they put Beltran there, they started attacking him. They went straight at him every time.
Right.
So like it ain't. I see what people think when they think like, hey, we had trouble stopping the run. We need a big 500-pound dude to stop. No, you don't need that. You need penetration. We had penetration.
Yes.
What we didn't have, we didn't have linebackers to catch the flow.
Catch them.
You know what I'm saying? Because once the defensive line stops something, they got to bounce somewhere. So the linebackers wasn't flowing like they're supposed to flow.
Right.
And that what cost us.
Right. And
it says I'm tired of playing in Miami. Me too.
Me too.
Yeah, see, Will got a point with that. You're not gonna find defensive linemen north of 50-something tackles unless your defense is on the field all year. They draw a lot of schemes. They don't even want the defensive lineman to make the tackle. They just want him to open it up for the linebacker, just like the reverse.
Yeah.
The offensive lineman open up the hole for the running back. So it's the equivalent. Linebackers and running backs are one and the same. That's why Bobby Brown take a lot of high school running backs and make them line.
You talking about Jerome? He's speaking facts. Oh, you talking about Will too? Yeah, Will. I mean, they all speaking some facts, man. It's we gotta look. We can't look at last year as reference right now because they wasn't coached right, and I feel like they did bring in some pieces that's gonna help this team. Especially if we got a healthy Michael Penix.
Yes.
It's gonna be fair because this under center and looking comfortable, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Tua, but if they've been saying that Michael Penix was gonna be on time, and I'm seeing it.
And then Maggie, they also were saying that he didn't have a full reconstructive surgery. They kind of went in there and just cleaned up some stuff that them college doctors didn't clean up, as well as the partially torn ACL that he had. So, I'm not really shocked. And people got to realize, too, I know me and Auntie Pam are big fans of that boy Scott Kennedy. And he said it on his show the other day. And these boys' bodies are different. Like, they ain't like us. We just go to work every day. We ain't went through that type of training that they had, 20-something years ago.
He can bounce back. Absolutely. He's still young.
Yeah, they're going to bounce back. He's still young. Right. So, and then him going under center is going to help him because when the quarterback has that back to the defense like that and a play action with a running back like Bijan, you better respect it because if you don't, you can get burnt. That's why I think Pitt's going to go crazy this year because that play action game going to definitely go.
So I'm going to ask y'all this question because I didn't get a chance to really see practice for the team and everything else. So, what did y'all catch? Who was standing out in practice so far? I definitely see Bijan is just ready to go, and quite a few players that we normally see is showing that they are serious. They're there. They're showing up. I don't know what Tua got going on, but buddy, you set the tone for your own self here. So
yes.
Was anybody standing out in practice? My baby's graduation, I didn't get a chance to catch everything. What are y'all seeing so far?
It ain't too much of like standing out at practices about the things that they're willing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was an interesting move putting Cash Jones at wide receiver because he had more wide receiver yards at Georgia than he had rushing yards. So
Mm-hmm.
that was an interesting take. And the boy ran a 4.3, and he played special teams. So I think he got a chance to make this roster. You know what I'm saying? I think we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
keep.
was impressed.
I think we're gonna keep 7 wide receivers because of special teams. Cause I think a lot of wide receivers gonna be on special teams, and like it. That's more of a because we really can't see nothing right now with them
Right.
just in shorts and shirts. So I wouldn't say much of like who was standing out. I was saying the concept that they were gonna be using is what is it got my
Well,
eye
more
right.
of
You
who's there, who's showing that they are dedicated to, this team so far. Because, it shows with people that show up. It
right,
shows in the person that's first on the field, last to go. I mean, I'm loving the media, loving the commercials. I'm loving the brotherhood, even though we debunked that. But I feel like this team is showing brotherhood.
right.
Speaking of
There's
brotherhood,
a lot of veterans are there. I'm surprised at that point, even
they
though it
had
ain't
Ronnie White
mandatory.
there, man.
A
They
lot
had
of a lot
Ronnie
of
White
veterans.
out there looking
Well,
around and things like that, if anybody
Mm-hmm.
noticed. And it's going to be a lot
so,
more players, former players, that's going to get out there and mentor, and that's what they need. We're
and
still, I'm still excited about the season, honestly.
that, that's what I'm most impressed by. Right there, what you just said. The fact that
Hmm.
with Matt and Ian bringing almost like a Miami Hurricane type of atmosphere. And what I mean by that is all the alumni, whether it's The Rock, whether it's Michael Irvin, whether it's Edrin James, Ed Reed, they all come back and kind of each one teach one, no man left behind type thing. Where, like you just said, the former players are coming in, they're mentoring, they're talking to people, whether it's Roddy, whether it's Abe, whether it's Dunn. Like we got it. Once I see what Matt's building. So I'm telling y'all, man, I think I won't be shocked next year if we make a real deep playoff run for real. I think we're gonna make it this year, but maybe not go as deep. But I think like that 2027 gonna be the year we really.
Oh, absolutely. Because then you got to think about it. That's, knock on wood, year three under that defensive coach, and um,
Right.
offense. That's their second year coming in. I'm just, I'm excited. I mean, right now, like I
Yeah.
said, yeah, it's not much we can take from what we're seeing so far, but just the fact that we're seeing it is giving us excitement, because football season it'll be around the corner before you
It
know it.
is.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is.
excited
That's
for
why.
sure.
Like
Yeah,
it's funny you said that because if you follow the calendar, NBA playoffs.
yeah,
That's like when the thick of the UFL season is going on. By the time
yes.
UFL's over, boom, we in training camp. So you're right.
What's that? Son, Lord have mercy. But you're right though. So what I'm gonna do now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna drop the link for the fans if y'all want to come on here and show some love. Um, and of course, if you are, you can share it to your YouTube, what have you. It's okay. You definitely can. You'll see it at the top where if you want to share it to your stream, let's go ahead and
Well,
get some folks up on
I
here.
I had I had a question for the panel right fast, and I guess
Sure,
after I
sure.
ask the question, we can go on a round robin. I guess Will can answer it, then you, then Auntie. Or the two linebackers that we took with Pert and the other guy, Kendall Steve. What's his name? That's Stevens Kendall. I can't think of the kid name. The big
Daniels.
tall kid,
Daniels.
Daniel. Do y'all think their role is going to be like Daniels come in as more as a run stuffer, and then Perk is more of like that pass defending type? Or do you think like that we just going to slowly bring them along until they're comfortable in the defense?
Um, well, the fact that they're reiterating the vetting, I think they're going to slowly bring them along so they're comfortable. Um,
Okay.
but we're going to see a lot of that in practice, preseason, etc., before the season. So, but I agree to kind of gear him up towards that. But definitely slowly develop it into those positions.
Mhm.
What do you think, Miss Pam?
I think they gonna probably gonna bring them along
Mhm.
slowly also. But I think Pert's gonna probably be the one that's gonna do more. Well, I actually think both will do more. Actually,
Hmm.
you know. coming from the system since they already familiar with Brick's system,
Yeah, right. Because these are, some rookies, whole complete coaching staff. They're going to need time to get adjusted to all of that. So slowly developing everybody is key. But making sure that we, like you said, we moved some players in different positions and everything else. It's going to be interesting. Where they're analyzing these players, and it's like, you know what, they're a better fit over here. Let's develop them over here. So what do you think about that, Big Will?
I think they actually training them to be versatile. Like your Sherwood, like when you had Sherwood up there in New York Jets, I think he want them to be versatile linebacker, because if the offense was to catch us on the field with our base set defense or whatnot, they won't be out of place. Like if you out there with a 4-3 defense and you need to adjust to a 5-2, you're able to do that because you got the athleticism out there to do so. So I think that's what we're doing. He wanted to be versatile. Like he had Sherwood up in the Jets, like he had Deion Jones, stuff like that. He wanted to be versatile, be able to cover and stop the run.
And that's
the reason I asked that, is because y'all got to think what Brick did with Debo and with Devondre Campbell. That's what they kind of remind me of.
Devondre Campbell,
like Daniels kind of remind me of Campbell, and then of course Perkins and Debo got the same, kind of trait, same school or whatever. That's why I asked it, because I know, and it's good what Big Will pointed out. Ulbrich is real good with developing young linebackers, and it's funny. I was up this morning, probably like 5, 6 this morning. They showed an old game on NFL Network, an old preseason game, the 49ers and somebody in Tokyo, but Jeff Ulbrich was on the field. I just found that ironic.
Yeah, like I said, like Devondre Campbell, he stopped the run and he can cover. So like when you seen these linebackers out there, they didn't have to come off the field too often because they can do both things. So if he wanted to send one on a delayed blitz or he wanted to do one on a stunt, they was able to do so because he had them trained to do so. And since Dan Quinn brought him in from UCLA to be the linebackers coach, that's all he's been doing. He's been you know what I'm saying? Transferring safeties to linebackers, defensive end to linebackers. It's just like he's got a knack for that because he learned it from Dan Quinn. That's who started it. That's when he went over there. You seen Dan Quinn went over there to the Cowboys and turned Michael Parsons into one of the best edge rushers when he was just a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So like he sees talent like that, and that's what Ulbrich picked it up from. And I like what he do with the linebackers.
Right.
And I do too. And that's going to be key. Those linebackers. Let's see here. It says, I mean, that because I told you that's a competition right there. It's like everybody focusing on the quarterback situation, but you got to look at that linebacker positions. His inability to find space and separation does concern me. Wow. And Brandon Shun said, okay, I agree that Brick could turn some linemen and linebackers out, but you can't judge me for thinking we still need help in the trenches. But we don't know that yet. Like Big Will said, we got a lot of versatile players. We
ain't seen one snap yet, so we don't know what we got until they scrap on them pads. All we got is names on the paper. So y'all, what we got to stop doing as Atlanta fans is stop getting attached to names.
Right.
Stop getting attached to names. We so attached on big names. Those guys was built also. We able to build guys here too. Don't get attached to a name. We gonna build our own legacy right here. Just watch until they put on them pads and see what they got for us.
Calm down, folks. Like in my Night Rider
just
voice.
Relax.
Relax. And then two, people gotta remember this roster not final. We don't know who's gonna get cut from another team in the trenches that we can pick up for help. So we
still got to get it down to so a lot of these players y'all talking about won't be here. To be honest. And it said Trenton said, I hate when this thing be popping. Okay, a lot of people forgot we line up 2 linebackers. Our most important linebacker plays nickel. Billy Bowman keeps offense from picking up on what we're doing because he can cover like a cornerback and play run support. And no judgment at all, bro. But Dorius had 7 sacks too. That's not shouted out enough for me. All right. So we talked about the season and everything else. Well, it's really not a lot to talk about, y'all, to be honest. Is anything y'all have? We can actually, fans, if y'all want to drop some questions in the chat to get to the panel so we can kind of answer some of your questions pertaining to any parts of the season. I'm going to re-ask this question again. So far, with everything that's been said and done, draft, free agency, Matt Ryan just out there showing that he is just still the Matt Ryan that he is with the get effing set. It just leads me to believe that Matt Ryan is going to be very vocal. Everybody, he's like, oh, I'm just going to let the GM and the coaches do their thing. But come on, Matt Ryan, you used to play the game. Knowing me being a producer, someone that likes to be in every damn thing. I'm on everybody's show. I'm sticking my foot everywhere. And I feel like Matt Ryan's not going to sit down and not say a thing. He's going to have a lot of things to put in consideration with these coaches, because it's like, I'm a former quarterback, mind you. I know what's right for this team, so I got a little say so on that. What y'all think about it?
Oh, I agree with that, and see, that's why I feel like Tua fucking up at. Excuse my language, y'all. Just think about this. Penix has been with Matt probably this whole offseason. Matt said in an interview that, Penix come about office people's brain. Hey, what would you do in this down in this situation? They talk about everything from what to do on the center to how to take care of your body. And he's already back on the field throwing passes. So you got to think Matt is key to that, and that's gonna be key for Penix, because I believe the sole reason why Matt took the job and why Kurt Ass is out of here, because he's seeing we didn't have any proper leadership in the quarterback.
Yeah, you're right. Miss Pam, what time? You said your game started what time?
At 6, but I'm in line for the Drake bobblehead right now.
Pam doing a show while she in line and get bobbleheads. Speaking of bobbleheads, y'all see that the Braves got something going on? I want to say in July with Jermaine Dupri in a bobblehead. He's doing some WatchParty. Look at that line.
Yeah. That line, I'm in line though. It's 1,000 fans. I'm gonna be one of them 1,000 fans.
I see.
I thought you was on the belt line for a minute, Miss Pam.
Oh no. This is in Columbus, Georgia.
Okay, then.
It's Nova Park.
I love it. Yeah, I love that they're showing support to that team and everything else. Because not everybody can get to Atlanta for baseball.
That's true.
It's cool. Names up. And Brandon is young too. He's hopefully hit the mark again. And I want to to be the GM. I feel bad for Chicago didn't get picks, and I didn't understand at first, but now I see Matt is the final football decision here, and it's growing on him quickly.
Yep.
And I see another comment that says, I never believed that Penix preferred the pistol. It was all Zach. And that's what I said. It was coaching. So it's like, let's erase what was of that coaching staff. We're going to bring back a lot of what worked. But this regime is going to develop these players to be, like you said, versatile. I feel like we can't go backwards here. We can only go forward.
Nope. And it's crazy now that you said that, Megan. Like, looking back on it, the crumbling of the foundation started when they fired the wide receiver coach, because I believe he was probably vocal, like, "Hey man, why are we just doing everything out the pistol? Like, it's so predictable." And they got rid of him because he was vocal about it. But now hindsight is the best sight, and that's the best thing that happened.
And I feel also the quarterback situation has just been their kryptonite this entire time. The decisions they made with that, just paying that man all that kind of money, this was really one of those side-eye situations. Like, you worked so hard to get out of the cap hell to only put us back in there. Especially with all this money we're gonna have next year and draft picks. What is wrong with y'all? They had to get it right this draft and off season. They had to get it right. And the fact that these are 1 year prove-its, small contracts and things like that, I'm optimistic about the next season. But of course, this season is going to be just as competitive. Like you said, maybe not a deep run, but we taking that south though.
Yeah, most definitely.
It says, I think Zach may have ran pistol himself when he played. And function in the pistol function is the operative word, but we just don't want it to be where it's just pistol.
Yeah, you got too predictable.
You got to keep it where this team, we're always predictable. We have always been predictable, right. And if somebody on the bench or somebody in the stadium can call out, "Oh, we finna run this," okay, this to B. John and this to Drake London. If the opposite team can kind of pick up what we already had going on, we're doing ourselves a disservice. So I definitely want to see how they're going to open up that playbook a little bit more. And we're definitely taking the South. Absolutely. All right. I definitely agree. If we was coached right, we would have had it the last couple of years.
Yep.
I believe. So
Maggie, do you think
don't be afraid to jump on? We probably, drop your questions though if you have any, so we can answer those. But you can jump on the panel if you want to talk a little bit. What was that, Big Will? You were saying something?
No, I was saying, do you think Pitt's gonna have even a bigger year? The fact that we're going to a more of a play action style offense.
I think so. The fact that they signed his 5th year and everything else, I feel like he wants to improve himself, especially if a consistent quarterback on the center and everything else that's healthy. I feel like we will see a little bit improvement in Kyle Pitts because he already know. He already know. Folks are.
I didn't know that him and Alumni kids were familiar with each other from high school.
I didn't know that either.
It was a show that Kyle Pitts was on. Y'all probably seen it on YouTube. I had checked it out earlier. I think the guy was playing for the Saints. But Matt brought in a lot of people that were familiar. Hooper, the kids. So I think the chemistry on this team is gonna be similar to 2016. That's just my opinion.
And we got a question for Pam. It said, Auntie Pam, are you going to Madrid?
It's possible. I'm planning. It's in the works.
Okay. Let's bring that schedule back up. I guess so the audiences, we don't see any questions right now other than just this one right here. Who are you? What games are you planning on? Well, at least the home. I know in the home game that's evident, but let's talk about the away games. Any away games on this list that everybody's talking about the New Orleans matchup on Katrina's anniversary. Any other games on this list that you're excited about attending outside of Madrid?
The Green Bay and Pittsburgh game.
Okay,
I'm going to go for those.
Okay. With the Rise Up tour.
Yeah.
If they still got that special next week payday, because graduation killed my pockets. If y'all want to donate, I know. Help mama out because Lord have mercy.
I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
I'll keep you posted.
Also, too, Meg, this year what we talked about the tailgate and all that. When we go through the schedule, let me know the games that you definitely want, the home games you definitely want to focus on.
Okay. I definitely will because now that I know the games that we're hosting the Atlanta. So speaking of, I am now partnering with Urban Pie, KB Sports Media, and 100.9 The Blaze, where we're going to be hosting all the Atlanta Dream games. It would definitely be the nights the games that they're not hosting. But I didn't see a lot of Sunday games. So I'll let you know what games I plan on doing the tailgate tour. Honestly, I feel like it should be the majority of them anyway. Just so we can get the game day experience for the opposite team coming in, you can kind of just, because we folks are like, oh, Green Bay, this, and Steelers that, and this, that, and the other. But it's like, it's just a different vibe, even though, especially with the Saints, even though they are our rivals, it's always a good time with that team. As far as the tailgating and so I just want to capture just that experience, compared to every team. So you can see who rides deep. And Falcons fans, y'all come on now. Now, I'm actually in the background working with KB Sports. We're looking into getting a discount code, discount links for some of the Falcons games. So once I already got one that's coming for the Atlanta Dream game. So y'all hit me up on that soon. We picked out 6 games out the Dream season where y'all can get some discounted tickets up under me. And we're working on the Falcons tickets too. So it can be a little bit more affordable for some of the fans that typically don't go. So be on the lookout for that. But Big Will, you were saying something?
Yeah, so Auntie Pam, how does the Rise Up tour work? Do y'all pay y'all a little payment? Do that cover y'all getting hotels and stuff, or y'all got to handle all that yourself?
It covers most of you get a discount on the hotel, the hotel where the group is gonna pretty much stay at, and covers the event, the pre-game event that the parties and stuff that we have at the way
And
team,
it's a
and
transportation
also
too, right?
yeah, like the bus to Carolina, we provide that, but you got to pay, it's a discount for that bus too,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they're gonna have one going to Tampa, but I know for the Carolina trip they have one going down there.
Okay.
Oh, so it's basically a discounted. They discount stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yes,
And you get like a
Okay.
little,
yes.
you get a little merchandise, and of
And
course,
you can, it's
with
just
those
a group that
parties.
where you can conjugate and on the on the teams you go on the way, you can meet up and meet other fans and stuff like that.
Basically, like you don't go away by yourself, go to a away game by
Yeah,
yourself. You have somebody
yeah,
with you. I got you.
And
Okay.
you
yeah,
get a little discount,
Because I always
uh-huh.
wonder how they handle things there. It make you want to sign up for it and everything. Before
Yeah.
they tell you anything, I ain't got time to do all that. I don't want to be involved in it. Y'all want email and all that before. Can you tell me what's going on first?
what exactly? Put it out there,
Tell me what's
spell it
going
out.
on. Then
Because
I'll let you know
Yeah.
if I want to.
I'm funny about my money. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
of course, I
exactly.
know the
Yeah.
Rise Up tour because I've ridden on some of the. We went to Alabama. I rode with
Grandma,
them
yeah.
to a couple of places. So it's definitely legit. And it's just
Yeah.
it's an experience because it's a
The
party on that
main
tour.
reason I re-signed up is for the Madrid trip because I definitely don't want to be out there by myself when I go out there. So
Yeah. Because
Yes.
when we
Right,
went, we
right.
went to the London game. Let's see, Bijan, Ricky,
yeah,
and me, my partner, and his
yeah,
wife. But and we linked up with the Rise Up too. But all the
yeah.
negative thing I didn't like, and I'm glad that person got to go. Man, Richard K kind of like looked at us like shunned us like, oh, you see you see people there supporting your team. You supposed to come, hey, thank you for coming. We gonna win today. You don't look down on us like we peasants and you some damn duke
Yeah.
sitting up in
Right.
your tower. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I've always had good experience.
Yeah, we got large supporters of the team going away, support the team. So it's a mix
Mm-hmm.
about that.
And we got
And
Jamie
it's a
and
lot of
closed up in here. Jamie, how you doing?
I'm
things.
fantastic. How y'all doing?
I'm
What's
good.
What's
happening?
How
going
What's
are
on,
happening?
Jamie?
you? You're fantastic and everything. Kind of just jump in with we're talking about the schedule, how you're feeling about, and what games are you most excited about, and what games are you worried about?
Well, I'm actually irritated about a particular preseason game that's happening.
Which one?
Which
It
one?
just so happened to be the Indianapolis Colts
Oh,
Uh-uh.
because I used to live in Indianapolis last year waiting for the Colts to waiting for my Atlanta Falcons to come visit,
Uh,
and they went out there to Germany, so I was very upset, and then here they are about to have a preseason in Indy, and I ain't there.
well,
So
you can plan
well,
it
if you're
too.
doing the Rise Up tour, you might be there.
yeah, but
Um,
I'm really I'm really anxious about the Steelers game because it's been a while since we claimed victory over them, and we're due.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I'm
right. We don't
saying?
play good. Really. You right
So,
about
because that was the very last game that I was at the Mercedes. You know, I was at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium that day, and Marcus Mariota threw the game-losing pick
Yeah.
last time. So I really want that victory bad because for that reason. Every other game, I'm excited just to watch the Falcons. Period. But that particular, I got an uncle that lives in Kentucky and he's a Steelers fan, and I can't really. It makes my head itch to call him and say, "Well, GG's, GG's."
GG's.
GG.
Yep. So that's just about it. Who's excited about a certain game?
Me, honestly, personally, I'm excited about just season altogether. I mean, all
Me
games to
too.
me, I'm
it.
excited about just to see them playing this season, and
Hmm.
just I'm more excited about what this record's going to be.
Hmm.
Seeing who's going to be QB1, seeing who's going to be those linebackers that's going to step up, seeing how they're going to protect this quarterback, seeing the coach. They've been talking it big game, but I want to see it in action. So as long as we come out here and compete, um, and plan to win these games, then any game is to me is exciting.
Yeah, the preseason game gonna be really excited because you got everybody competing for every position. So it's not gonna be boring at the preseason game. And it's just that one preseason game. But so if you want to go away, you can. You know.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited
I'm
about
I'm
it.
I'm
The fact that
excited for I'm excited to see all of that and to see who has what it takes to make the 53-man roster
Right.
and the QB1 situation too. But this is very
Yes.
unique where you have a QB1 and a QB2 that are southpaw, and I like this competition. Like, it, who isn't excited about that?
Hmm.
Because you got. I mean, I'm looking at highlights. I saw this particular highlight. Man, Mike showed us about Michael Penix up under the center, and I'm like,
Uh-huh. Just talk.
oh, okay. I'm just hearing, okay, he doesn't like it, or his knees ain't, his legs ain't up to it to go under center. And I'm like,
Please.
he'll show
Please.
he'll show
He's
you a
gonna
thing or
show it.
three.
He's
He
gonna
gonna
show
show
it.
us a thing
If
or
he was
three.
dancing with his wife at the wedding and getting down,
Yeah.
that man knees
Hmm.
seem to be okay.
Yeah, if he can cut a little rug, he can definitely get
Right.
under center. Yeah, most definitely.
right.
Congratulations to to them too for getting married.
And
Seeing
yeah.
a lot of our players getting married, but stay focused, people. Stay focused. No babies, no babies.
Laser
Just
focus.
just
Yeah.
practice. Just practice. The honeymoon stage get you a lot of trouble. So stay
Mhm.
focused,
Yes, it
Michael
do.
Penix. But I think he is. I
And,
think he is. I
and
think
all
that's why
those
he wanted to
supplements.
just go ahead and lock her down now because he's like, all right, baby, I'm done now. The season started.
Mhm.
I'll see you after the
Hey,
season.
hey,
Mhm.
hey, Megan, I don't know now because all those supplements they take. You remember the Ice Cube, man? The Ice Twins was made at 2016 years.
Well,
Same thing
sometimes
with
some
Tevin.
good loving do get your pep in your step sometimes. So, you
But
know,
now, you remember something weird going on. You remember him, Tevin Coleman, Matt Bryant, all of them had like it was like three sets of twins on the team born, like
man,
conceived that year. So maybe it was something that was in the supplements. I don't know.
not no babies. I mean, if they have babies, hey, I mean, what's happening? But y'all
But now
know
I
how
wanted
it
to
is,
answer. I
huh?
wanted to answer his question real fast. I wanted to chime in real quick if I could about
What
what he was saying
question?
about what's game. What he was saying the games that he was excited about. I mean, this year I can't really pinpoint one game. Of course, yeah, New Orleans, division, things
Yeah,
like that. But I just want to see like what Stefanski can do with this talent. Because if you go back and look at a lot of Cleveland games, a lot of those games with them slipped away as the games went on, and that's not necessarily the coaching. Sometimes that's just your personnel. He didn't have a quarterback.
Mhm.
So, I think with him having Penix or Tua, and then most importantly, Bijan, what Bijan and Pitts them gonna do in the run game and in the pass to open up everything else. So I want to say it's just one game, but I just want to see like what Coach Steph and Tommy Reese gonna do it.
I think what I'm more looking for, I mean, I'm looking for it all, but I really want to see this defense dominate and climb up in the charts of what we allow, stopping the run, this, that, and the other. Oh my gosh, we retain Brick for a reason. I just can't wait to see these returning players up under him and the rooks coming in that 53 roster competition where who gets it. Of course, you already know they're going to re-sign a lot of them to practice, but who gets to be on that 53? It's going to be interesting to see, because I definitely know it's going to be some heavy hitters. It's going to be some very good players, and I'm just excited to see it all come together.
Yeah.
I see. You got tickets. Let's see. So Jalen sent me something about some tickets. Oh, a mini plan. So now they have a mini plan instead of a full season ticket. You got 4 games, one price, starting at $450 per seat. The mini plan ticket bundle comes with our Falcons home games with 2 different plans to choose from. Okay, so what is it? I have to look in that and see. But now they have it where, a lot of people probably complain. It's like, look, I can't make it to all games. I can't be a season ticket, and it is hard to get resale tickets. So now they're doing it where you got a 4-game pass.
for one ticket?
I'm finna look into it and see if it's $450 for one ticket. Baby,
It's a game pass.
For
You might as
4
well get a
tickets,
season
I
ticket
better
for
be
that.
sitting right next to the players.
I'm over there paying Matt Ryan a drink or something. Good, nigga.
Is it $450 period for 4 games? That's
I need to be able to call a play if I'm paying that much money for one ticket.
Exactly, bro. Y'all should be running the play by me before
I'm paying over $1,000 for my season ticket, but it's paying in monthly fans. So yeah, I'm thinking it's a half a season or something.
And maybe it's $450 for all games, but I'm gonna have it where I reach out to them and get some more details.
Okay, that sound more like it.
That sounds more like it. But
and then I heard they was gonna have some standing room tickets too this season. We haven't done that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for right there. Standing room pop up in there.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
They gonna start doing that this year, because I know Phillips Arena do it. I know they said that Mercedes-Benz gonna start doing it too. I mean, because if y'all think about it, if you get them standing room tickets, that's gonna bring more energy, more fandom.
Yeah.
We need all we can get enough for real.
Yeah.
They need to do that.
Yeah, because they do it for the Braves. You can get standing room tickets, and just walk around and drink and have a good time and cheer. And you know how I do. I bounce around. I'll be like, okay,
go down there and catch some seats and them folks that show up. Go get them seats when they show up there.
Yeah, like third quarter after halftime, most definitely.
Oh yeah, because some people already leaving, or I'm like, I stay until all 4 quarters, and so I'm gonna squoze somewhere in some good seats. I'm gonna be like,
and then the way I say, because the way the Mercedes-Benz said, you just need to be in there. Everything else take care of itself once you get inside.
Right. They got to understand too that it's so much to do in the stadium. Don't look at the first quarter and be like, oh, ain't nobody there. Oh no, they getting there. They just getting their drinks. They parlaying.
They just watching the game and other
spots. They gonna sit down after that. So, because I was in the club area. Oh, that's a fun area. You get to eat all you need, all you drink. You can stand around and look at the jumbotron, and then you want to sit in your seat. I was busy trying to meet fans and get some hugs and pictures and stuff. It's just it's all game day experience that you got to understand with the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Right. You're right, Megan. Because with $50,
and then I felt like
you're gonna eat good. Because man, I've been I went to the Hawks game. Oh my gosh! Like y'all need to get on the off the blank board and bring the pricing down. Because I shouldn't be paying that much money for some popcorn and a little soda.
Because if y'all look at other vloggers from other teams that come to our stadium, the first thing they bring up, they can't even talk about the stadium from eating and drinking.
Yeah.
Like no stadium.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm talking about you. Go ahead. What you
No,
about to say,
I'm
Big Will?
saying they did it. The Hawks did it one season where they brought their prices down like what the Falcons were doing. But I don't know what they got going
Yeah.
on. I'm talking about you make more money when you got lower prices. Guess what? Folks want to spend more.
Gonna eat.
Everybody ain't got
They
money
gonna
for to
get
be
more.
sitting up there and spend $25 for a goddamn a plate or something when I can spend $25 and feed a family of four up and got off the blank spot.
And
You
then
know
that
what I'm
means
saying? But
if you
like you
feeding
got
the family of four at $25, you're gonna be spending more money on the merchandise because
spending
you
more
ain't spend
money.
all your money
Exactly.
on food.
Yeah.
Everybody happy and satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But a lot
you
of folks don't understand that. Everybody want to charge out their ass.
right, but you got to
Mm-hmm.
also look at it too. The Falcons, we don't have a problem with filling up seats, even if it's the opposing fans. So they're not worried about, oh, we got to some kind of way make our money. So off the blank, it's like, look, cheap food because I appreciate y'all. This is his give back. The Hawks, on the
Yeah.
other hand, unless we're winning and we're in the playoffs, we don't sell out of a Hawks game. Let's keep it real. So they have to make up. So fans, we gotta show up a little bit more. I went to quite a few Hawks games, had a great time, but there was seats available. So we even if you don't go but to one game, y'all, please support the Atlanta teams. If you are even if you're not Atlanta fan, just show up to the
Yep.
game that that your team is playing. We just need more butts in those seats. That's just the bottom line. That way, the demand for anything, they're making their money through merchandise and seats, then they can start bringing the pricing down. But it also takes the fans to say something about that. So y'all find out how to email the Hawks. Find out how to email. Oh my God, the Braves. That's why I love that they got the battery on the outside because the prices at the Braves Stadium is also ridiculous for the very little food that you can get to eat.
Yeah, that's what crazy about over here. Cause I would think that they see Arthur Blank making all this money off concession, that they would do the same thing. Follow the leader. This man have
Right.
he made more money since he dropped the prices than he been doing with the
Mhm.
prices that he had. I'm like, come on, man, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, because that for me, if I'm not spending a lot of money to feed my family, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get extra tickets for people to come with me. Because it's like, well, I'm not breaking bread to feed you and get your ticket and all this. And little Susie got to get a T-shirt. I'm broke, so I can't go to the next game because I don't spend all my damn money at the game. This game. But that's why I'm working on, ladies and gentlemen, with KB Sports Media. I'm partnered with them now. We're looking into reaching out to maybe see we can get some discounted Falcons tickets. And then of course I will also work on Hawks tickets when the season comes around. Right now I have discounted tickets once I get the link for those for the Atlanta Dream game. So for those that are they're selling out, but they still do have some group ticket packages going on for discount. So I'll
That's great.
drop it that once I get those ticket links. It's for about 6 games that we chose. Because the Atlanta Dream they doing it, man. So let's take it for how they're marketing, how they're doing, and people so excited. That's how we need to be at the Falcon Stadium.
Yeah, this gonna be a measurement game on Sunday. They got to play the Aces on Sunday. That's a measurement
Yes,
game right there.
right, and they haven't lost yet. So
Yep.
this is gonna be that game that really sets that tone for what this team is. With that, any questions, people? Y'all drop your questions.
I'm surprised y'all ain't hitting this link. She dropped the link out here for y'all. Y'all ain't hitting the link. Y'all acting
People
scared.
outside,
Y'all acting scared
it's
for?
too nice outside. People outside like Miss Pam at baseball
You ain't
games,
got to show your face. Just get on there and talk your shh.
and it's also graduation
Just
season
shy.
weekend too.
Maybe folks are shy.
They
Folks are
shy.
shy.
Yeah.
Folks are shy. So, any questions y'all
Auntie
have
Pam
while we
always
waiting
out there in the
on
streets,
panel?
man.
Let's see. They cut the Cutwater be. Oh yeah, Cutwater be having you up through there.
Yeah, Cutwater some bull crap.
Well, I'm slight Irish, so yeah, I drink a lot.
That ain't got enough liquor in it. That ain't got enough liquor in there.
Asia Wilson just had a monster game too. Good luck
Yeah,
with
she had
that.
45. She had 45.
He said,
Yeah.
"I'll be sneaking in food for the Falcons game, or what game? The Hawks game. You might get away. I don't know. You might get away with it, as long as you ain't got nothing electronic. But they also have a bag policy, I think. But I never bring bags. I always have pockets. So
Yeah.
Jerry Jones will
Yeah,
copy the
these game going to the other game had you packing up food like you used to do at the drive-in. You know,
right.
got pack a whole meal up in that mouth.
You're right. You're right. These people are sick of hearing me, though. Oh, okay, Will. Congratulations to all the graduates, including my baby girl. She graduated with honors, top 25 of her class, scholarships, dual enrollment. So she already has credits from college. She's going to Mercer University.
Congratulations. Ain't nobody tired of hearing you, Will, man. Get on up here. Don't hit that.
Bring your ass.
Bring your ass, you little Irish mother.
But if we don't got a lot of questions, though, I honestly really want to just get on here and kind of test this streaming out, because I've been back and forth debating if I should try another stream, but it seemed like we all right today. So
it's holding up. It's holding up today.
It's holding up today. So let's see, who was that? Big Will Will the Thrill point game of point game. We got you.
Point game. What's happening, man?
Hey.
Do you drop?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Game to drop that link so we can come on up in that thing for real. Like,
let me drop the link. One more time for folks that want to join us. Come on in here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Point game. What's going on? What's happening?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Hear you just
Not
fine.
much, man. Just tapping in, man. I saw y'all was on. I was like, let me step into the stew and see what you guys talking about real quick.
We've been pretty much just kind of just the same thing, just talking about the schedule and your thoughts on it. Who you think is our challenges of the season, and as well as what games are you looking forward to?
Man, I think all the games, like they said, we have like the fifth. And I just want to put a disclaimer real quick, and I said this on my show recently. I think that it's really hard to gauge what the schedule is going into the season, because we're going off of what was last year on certain things, and it seems like Kansas City, for example, you expect them to be a playoff team this year, and because of where their record was last year, is kind of why we got them on the draw like that. So there's games like that are going to be hard, but then there's other games like Chicago that you're expecting to be a really tough team, but they may be a flop next year. Right. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, right. I mean, I agree. Yeah. It's like we can't go by last year. Of course, we have to have that expectation. It's going to be a tough. I mean, any game is going to be challenging, but if we come and get prepared for these games and, we don't go Miami and break knees and stuff and stay healthy in the preseason. Hey, we got Penix looking like he's okay under center and everything else. We might have him back earlier than expected.
Yeah, that's why I need to get folks to understand that. Like, every game in the NFL is tough. We remember that season, that 16 season, they had us winning 4 games, we went to the Super Bowl. So it don't go by what the hell the media got saying, they saying all that. Don't go by none of that. Every game in the NFL is tough. If you come prepared, you can win. You know what I'm saying? It's all about preparation. Preparation at this level. You got to prepare.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, anything can happen and change at the drop of a dime. You don't know what injuries are gonna pop up, what teams are gonna rise to the occasion or not. But I am looking forward to some of those games later, in, like specifically the Baltimore game, Chicago, San Francisco. I think that's going to be a really tough stint. But I think it's a rough schedule coming out the gate. I mean, you've got Pittsburgh week 1, Carolina week 2. Carolina's a tough team because they run the ball so well, and they're just a physical, gritty, no thrills team. And Bryce Young is starting to really kind of come into his own to be able to make plays when you need him to make plays. I don't think he's a guy that you want to just have throwing 50 times a game all the time, but when you need him to make certain plays, he's starting to make those. And I think he's understanding what it is to just be a good quarterback in this league. And I think there's not enough quarterbacks that are drafted in the first round that understand just coming in to be a starter, a person who it's like the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. That's how you have to kind of be as a quarterback, like not turn the ball over, not put the team into costly situations, not take sacks. And I think he's becoming better at that, and it makes it harder for them to play against them with that and match up. So, and then you got Green Bay, New Orleans, Yeah, I just think that this whole schedule altogether, this is going to be something that it's like play. You know how they're like, oh, your playoffs started in week 10 or your playoffs started a little early. This is a schedule against a bunch of playoff teams and teams that are expect themselves to be contenders this year. So
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see what we're made
I
of real quick.
I fear nobody. That's what make great teams from bad teams. You know what I'm saying? You got to come in the season thinking you can beat everybody. It don't matter who you play. You got to be ready.
You got to compare.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready to play. Be scared of nobody who we face again.
Absolutely. I mean, and the reality is, I think the average.
I throw this away.
Miss Pam, we can hear you. If you might want to mute while you're talking.
I think the average margin of victory in NFL, I think, is like 7 points or less. It's like 3 to 7 points in most of these NFL games. So we're talking about like one possession games. A lot of these, you see it every Sunday. You'll be watching the game, and it'll be if you're within 21 points. A lot of the times you have some big players, explosive guys, which we have kind of gone to go get. I think Zachariah Branch is going to be huge for our special teams. And change of field and field possession. I think he's going to be able to kind of do what Rashid Shaheed was doing for hopefully what he did for the Seahawks last year when they got him as an option, where his impact is felt a lot more than just in the numbers and on the stat sheet, but how and kind of how Reggie Bush was early on with the Saints years ago when they first went on that first Super Bowl run for those first couple of years. So I think this is going to be an interesting season. We're going to see what we're really made of right now. But I do like our chances because, like you said, I don't fear any of these teams. I think they all can be beat if Stefanski goes out here and just kind of plays executes the basics, and just duplicates it.
And I want to add this, just some takeaways I got, and y'all just give me your thoughts after this. I feel like the energy around the defense feels different. You can already see the emphasis on versatility and aggression with the linebackers and secondary coming from, just practice and things like that. Players like Harold Perkins Jr. and Kendall Daniels fit the multiple style Jeff Ulbrich wants. The defense looks faster on paper and more athletic sideline to sideline. Also, I like the direction of the trenches. Atlanta clearly wanted to get tougher up front this offseason, adding depth on both lines after rookie minicamp tells me that they're serious about competition and protecting the quarterback. And, of course, Michael Penix Jr. throwing and moving around this early is encouraging, like we said earlier. It's still early and nobody should overreact to shorts and helmet practices, but just seeing him active and progressing does matter. And Zachariah Branch is probably going to become a fan favorite quick. His speed and explosiveness fits perfectly with the team trying to create more chunk plays and improve special teams. And the vibe overall feels more professional and structure. I agree. Stefanski's influence shows already less chaos, more organization, more accountability. And also, my biggest takeaway from the Falcons practice and rookie minicamp is that this team looks like it's trying to establish a completely different identity under Stefanski and Ian, more physical, disciplined, and detail-oriented. That theme keeps showing up in everything coming up out of Flowery Branch. What my concern would be right now, though, the pass rush still has to prove itself consistently. Offensive consistency at quarterback remains the biggest storyline until I feel like Penix is leaning towards taking full control. I think that's the plan. They just don't want to say that right now. With Tua out there golfing, we still need to see how this offense looks once the live bullet starts flying. But overall, what do y'all gather from what I'm saying from that? What y'all think?
Well, it all boils down with me. I'm more, my main concern is always the trenches. I used to be a lineman myself, and I know what it means when it all starts at the trenches. So. As a former starting center, I know what it means to protect little brother, which is the QB. So it's like, are we going to be locked in in the trenches? Are we going to have that consistent QB pressure on the defensive side with without James Pierce Jr. Even though that was just his rookie season, he racked up like 10.5 sacks, right? And my only concern is we're gonna be consistent with the consistency is always that word that floats around. Now with Matt Ryan as our president, all throughout his career, he always used that word consistency. So that's what I'm like. Are we gonna do this? Are we, what we did week 1, what we did so good week 1? Are we gonna do it again week 2, week 3, and on out?
Yeah, I agree to a large part. I think, especially, I think the trenches is where it matters. I think that based on the moves that I've seen them make, I believe that they are banking heavily that even without James Pierce Jr., that they really like this lineup and roster. If you sprinkle in some of the additions like Aziz Olahare, you look at bringing in Ebukon. I think these are guys who could come in situationally. They should be cheaper in offering what Leonard Floyd offered last year. That was like a $10 million deal. So I think you got two guys in one for that. And they're kind of an upgrade, both of them, over Ebiketie. But I think some of the moves also really are telling you what they believe about Zach Harrison and Brandon Dorless specifically. They brought in a lot of run stuffing guys, and cheap guys that can just kind of fill in and play a body and play a little bit nasty. I believe that they're expecting Lakel London to really just, he had a quietly just crazy good season last year. That was a steal of a deal. I mean, we got like 5.5 sacks out of him from the defensive tackle position. I think that's a huge reason why we let go of even Anyamata. And they were also willing to trade Rukaroro and get in more of a run stuffing guy. But I think Lakel London kind of does the best of both worlds in that. And I remember somebody was talking about him on my podcast a few years ago. They commented in the section, and I didn't really know much about him at the time. This was like actually before beginning of last season. And I kind of like slept on him a little bit, but I started seeing him in the preseason. I was like, man, this dude is nasty. He's got quick feet. He's always in the backfield. He's always disruptive. And I think we have a lot more guys who might potentially be able to do that. I agree with you about the multiplicity, Maggie, with some of these guys that we have, Perkins. I forget the guy's name for Oklahoma, but I think that could be, even if he's coming along slowly, I think he could be a huge play for us. And I do think that the both of them, they do remind me of like Deion Jones and Devondre Campbell 2.0, because I think they bring a little bit more to the table. They're both more athletically explosive. They seem to be able to make plays, and we got them at such a cheap rate. But I think that those guys are really going to be fast contributors as well too. My biggest concern, like you said, is consistency on offense. Shout out to the homie Trent. I see he's on this show right now as well too. Trent was talking about, I was talking to him the other day. He was saying how Penix does the things that Tua doesn't do is good, and Tua does the things that Penix doesn't do is good. And I think if we can get Penix kind of in a position where he's able to kind of hit some of these guys on a lot more timing routes, hit these guys in transition. We have some quick playmakers, guys who can run after the catch and really rack up the yardage. I think that if we can get him to expand on that a little bit better, and I do think he was starting to make promising efforts toward the end of the season before he got hurt, and just kind of extending plays and using his athleticism a little bit better, kind of getting that short to mid-range accuracy down pat a little bit more. I think this team is going to be really dangerous. But I do think we're on the verge of, being a consistently good team for a few years. We have guys who want to be here. You saw how Zachariah Branch and Avion Terrell was at the draft. Like, these guys were like stoked about really being. I mean, I haven't seen that many players that happy about being drafted in the second or third round and falling. You know what I mean?
Right.
In a while, right. Zachariah Branch was like the way his reaction was like he got in the first round. He don't care. He just let me in the house. I will make myself at home. And I love that attitude.
And because you got to think about it, because we didn't expect a lot of these players to kind of But that's just how the draft is. That these players were available at the time that we were able to pick them. So me being a humble player, it's like, I just want to get my foot in the door. Let me show you what I'm on. And then we get we keep reiterating that, diamonds in the rough are in the later rounds, where you can develop these players to be whatever you want them to be. And then versatility, I just wanted to be where we're not predictable, and you can put these players anywhere and they're comfortable being in those roles. And it's like, okay, well, wide receiver, you might not be working over here. Let me move you over here to this position. We got to protect that blind side. Both quarterbacks are left-handed, to my understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
We don't have to have a disadvantage, because it was a little bit of that when it was Penix and Kirk Cousins. Where he was.
We got right-handers on the roster too now. We
got right-handers on the roster. Yeah. But those, I look at them as just practice.
I mean, really, I think the biggest
too, though.
The biggest issue last year was just how bad Elijah Wilkinson was. And again, you got to think we were still one of the more, believe it or not, we were one of the more run-heavy teams last year. And that's what made us so predictable. And we didn't use play action that much either.
We was the top 5 offensive linemen. Even with all his trouble, we still were top 5 offensive linemen.
Right.
So, yeah, at least as far as running the ball, for sure.
And I want to get to this comment right here, everybody, before we get into it, because it might bring some more conversation. It says, Penix with the new coach, offensive staff will blossom. They will support and coach him. They will sit next to him on the bench and go over game film, not like last year. And that's what I'm saying. That's the most important part, because this man was asked, who do you go to? Who's your mentor? Who helps you out? My girlfriend and now wife and my high school coaches. You're telling me you can't lean on Kirk Cousins. You're telling me you can't lean on your goddamn coach and veterans for influence?
Like TJ Yates, that was the passing coordinator, was he?
Passing game coordinator.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, that man was a Mexican. I mean, no offense, but he had too many damn jobs.
You said he's a what?
He was a Mexican.
I mean, on paper, he was supposed to be the quarterback's coach anyway at first.
No, Raheem didn't know what the hell he was doing, bringing that young quarterback coach up here to teach somebody who know nothing about NFL football. You got a young quarterback coach that never did it before. You got an offensive coordinator that never called plays in the NFL before. Like, all this shit here because you're trying to build your own tree. Come on, bro. You could have still built your own tree if you had veterans come in and had young guys sit behind them veterans, dog. You still could have had your own tree. But you tried to be the smartest man in the room, which he sat there and lied and say he's not going to be. But that's exactly what you did. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's crazy. But the way I see how we finna handle this thing, I think it's going to be one of the more competitive training camps we ever seen. It's gonna be where it's competition across the board. And I heard, like, somebody had said it earlier, we should run it like Georgia with the scrimmages and shit. Where Stefanski said he is gonna have a lot of scrimmages and practice and stuff like that because he want to get the toughness. They gonna learn what it feel like to be in tough situations. That's what he said. Well, I'm gonna put you in a tough situation. I want to see what you come out like. Like he gonna have them practicing hard, and hey, ain't nobody job safe but a couple of people. Bijan probably got his, and Drake London probably got his. But a lot of these folks ain't safe, man. It's going to be a lot of competition all over, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Okay, so it's safe to say that, our main struggles from last season was coaching and competence, right?
Oh, we definitely know that. They won 4 games without coaching last year. They went on a 4-game winning streak without coaching last year.
Right.
So we know what the problem was.
I want to say that I think that just being fair, two things. I think that Penix was on somebody's show and he said that he didn't really mean that exactly that way about not having anybody on the team that he could kind of go to with it. I didn't read that exact. I think it was
he meant that. He rolling it back. He meant that.
So just being real, like and this footage is out there according to from just talking to the homie Trent. He said he was watching it on the on the let me see the guy's name. I think it's Garrett Chapman show, and that was a kind of a thing where he kind of meant that a little bit differently. And it's something I wanted to look into a little bit as well too. But I kind of urge people to kind of check that out a little bit and kind of see where they were going with that. That being said, I do feel like Zach Robinson was a little bit of an issue last year. I kind of think it's a little nuance to it because Zach did play in the NFL at quarterback. So I can kind of understand some of the reasoning or some of the thought process. My biggest issue with Raheem is not that he's incompetent. It is that I think he did not move off of things situationally fast enough. I feel like in the game, he was definitely bad with some of the game management and clock management stuff.
Yes.
And I feel like he committed to coup for far too long.
Mm-hmm.
He probably should have made a change with Kirk Cousins a little bit at a different point in time. I think they should have potentially even fired Zach Robinson at that point in the season as well too, and let the run game coordinator potentially take over as the coordinator. But I think it was a bad move even to start off with Jimmy Lake and Zach Robinson, like coming back in as a coach again and having such inexperienced coordinators in terms of play calling and all that. Because if you look at what we got now,
they took care of that. They took care of that. They said, I need everybody with experience.
Van Pelt has called plays.
Sebo being way too nice right now. You been all that you labeled off is telling me he wasn't the guy for a coaching job. Now that you know what I'm saying? That's the main part of your job. You got to make those type of decisions. You feel what I'm saying? I understand the love for Raheem, but I was one of his biggest supporters. But bro, what you showed me, you couldn't even be a game manager. You called no plays, no nothing. All you did was sit there and look at the scoreboard. You looking at a scoreboard that big and still didn't know that you need to call timeout here or when not to call timeout. We had too many delay of games out of timeouts that should never happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had too many instances where he was not showing that leadership. He was too much of a player's coach than he was doing his job. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, we showed plenty of time. We had game, like, situations where we had game. We should have won at least about 11, 12 games last year. At least.
11 or 12?
Yes. We lost 3 games of Koo alone. Koo lost us 3 games alone by itself.
Look, I think we should have probably been maybe.
I mean, we should have at least beat the Jets.
I think we should have been maybe a 10-win team, maybe 11, but like 12,
11,
13 games.
11. We 3 games right now. I can tell you right off the rip, we should have won them off the top. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it was too many instances where we had the game right there. Like, bro, how you call a timeout for another team to get they kicking team out there? What the hell is that? It's too many instances. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it a buck, dog. Like, we failed because we didn't have good coach. 5 years straight, we didn't have the proper coaching. Arthur Smith, we're gonna give him. He didn't know what he was doing. His first time, he didn't know what he's doing. But this was Raheem Morris' second shot at being a coach. Ain't no way you should have gave us what you gave us.
I mean, again, I think that's a nuance.
The difference between Arthur Smith and Raheem Morris was Arthur Smith didn't have a team like that for real. Raheem Morris came in with a stat unit. Ain't no reason you should have won 8 games straight, two years in a row.
How many years they give Arthur Smith?
3.
They gave
3
Raheem
straight
2.
years. 3 years.
They gave Raheem 2 because you had a stat unit,
3 straight,
bro.
7.
Arthur Smith didn't have. Think about it. When Arthur Smith came in, we didn't have nobody on the roster. Plus, we had no money. Our books was messed up. We had no money.
What did we have at wide receiver?
When, for Raheem?
Yeah, what did we have at wide receiver last year?
Man, we had plenty of guys at wide receiver. He had Drake London, Doug Mooney, and
he had Ray for the time.
Come on, man. Ray, stop. Stop. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not.
The year before, Ray put over 800 yards, bro.
No, stop it. Stop it. No, like, we are not going to act like Ray McLeod is a premier or even a real number 3 receiver. He went to the Giants last year, and he didn't even play. after he got over there.
I mean, he was on the roster. That's all I can say.
He went to the Giants, a team that was a receiver needy team, and didn't play there.
We seen plenty of times where wide receiver don't make it on other team when they leave here. But on third down,
before he got here, Ray had one good overachieving year. No, Darnell Mooney was an overachiever. I used to watch, and I play fantasy football as well too. So I remember, and my mom was a Chicago Bears fan. Rest in peace, mom. But she's a Bears fan as well too. So I check out some of the Bears games as well too. I remember when Mooney had that 1,000-yard reception season, but he also was a guy that had a lot of drops in Chicago, and that started to plague him when he got here in Atlanta. But they still didn't have anybody that could really step in and be a legit wide receiver to even step in where the floor was lifted a lot better. Even a lot of the guys that we had, Sills, he dropped a lot of receptions. All the wide receivers were dropping receptions. As we kind of went down the list, Casey Washington, he was dropping passes that were kind of coming.
The offensive coordinator had them all on option routes, bro.
No, hold on. Come on now. You're not wrong in saying that was bad play calling and all of that, but catching the ball is catching the ball, son. If it hits you in your hands, you got to catch it. If we didn't have guys that could actually legitimately step in there, I'm so pissed off about him using Ray McCloud and giving him the amount of receptions that he gave him. That first year that he was here, that should have been the development of Kyle Pitts and developing him in a lot more of this offense and using him as that big power slot receiver in the NFL. I think that Kyle Pitts has Jimmy Graham and beyond written all over him. So that was a great travesty.
You know why Ray was getting the ball? Because he was always open.
Kyle Pitts was open, man. Listen, I've done extensive film study on Kyle Pitts being open.
Kyle Pitts would be open. About Kyle Pitts. I'm with you on Kyle Pitts. I'm pissed off by them not getting the ball to Kyle Pitts, but I don't understand the hate that everybody have for Ray. Ray came up big times on third down. Big time. That's who they look for.
You're right. He made some play. I'm not saying he didn't make some play, but Ray McCloud is not a serious contender. He's not better than Zacchaeus.
He wasn't brought here to be a serious. He was brought here to be your third down receiver, which he was.
Follow me a little bit.
What you're saying is he's not really a wide receiver too.
He's not.
He was here to be your third wide receiver. That's what he came in as.
He's not a wide receiver 3. He's not a wide receiver 3.
I disagree with that. With that, bro.
Okay, so just follow me for a second. I think you're going to agree with me when I say this. I don't think that Ray McCloud is better than Olamide Zacchaeus, because we have seen Zacchaeus duplicate the same amount of production in other places, and teams are like, okay, he's a pretty solid wide receiver 3. Look at Chicago last year. That's why he's here now. They wind up drafting another receiver. They drafted 2 receivers. They drafted I forgot the guy that they had, a Doomsday. They already had your boy DJ, whatchamacallit, from Carolina when they made that trade. And then they had the kid that they picked up in the second round. While Zacchaeus was supposed to be their third receiver, they raised their floor, making Zacchaeus their number 4 receiver. And if a guy goes down, now you have a guy who can play it. But I think the Zacchaeus is better than Ray McCloud.
Yeah, and then Zacchaeus a beast now. That's not true. Yeah, Zacchaeus a beast.
So look at it. Some people, and I remember I was talking about this all offseason, like, hey, wide receiver and cornerback are our top 2 needs on this team. Oh no, we need to shore up the defensive line. Like, you can get run stuffers. We got pass rushers. We had one of the best years and one of our best defensive lines. We just didn't have the big enough bodies, but we didn't have playmakers at wide receiver, where it makes it a problem for you, where you could use these guys in multiple formations and really air it out with 4 receivers, or have guys who could do different things in different packages, or doing some of the same things in different packages. So they go inside Dotson and Zacchaeus, and then they double down and they go and draft Zach in the draft. Like, that's a hell. Now we talking about, you see what I'm saying? That's some real firepower.
Ian Cunningham did a thing. They know about anybody who ever seen any shows I be on everything. I give Ian Cunningham that goddamn, hey, he did it. He doing his thing. He came in and did what he said he was gonna do. Raise the floor. That's exactly what he did.
You gotta give your young quarterback the weapons and the outlets and just some guys that you could get the ball in their hands in some short area stuff. And I just, again, Ray was good for what he was, but he is a wide receiver 4. He's not a wide receiver 3. And if you're starting out at your baseline to begin the season with because again, Mooney is really a wide receiver 3, if we're being honest.
He was the wide receiver 2. So he put up numbers when we got
was
from
our
Chicago.
wide receiver 2.
If
and
he
in
had
Chicago,
the other quarterback besides on Justin Field, he would have put up more numbers like he was doing. He had numbers. He came from being a 1,000-yard receiver from Chicago. He done it before.
That's the cap.
When Trubisky was his quarterback, he had 1,000 yards. Go look it up.
What is Mooney? I know, but I'm just saying, like, what does Mooney do good?
His first year here, he was taking the top off. Nobody can say he wasn't taking the top off. He was taking the top off.
He's all right at getting downfield. He's not.
That's why he almost put up 1,000 yards here, sir. He almost put up 1,000 yards.
He's not a guy who can consistently go across the middle for you. He's not sure-handed. I'm just being real. He's not a sure-handed receiver.
We had bad coaching, bro. I'm just gonna keep it.
Yes, we did have two things could be true. We had bad coaching, but he is not sure. The number one thing for a receiver is in the name of the position. You got to catch the ball and secure it first, and Mooney is just not a sure-handed receiver.
Players gonna drop ball. That's gonna be
not to the rate that Mooney was doing. Like we paid him enough that we needed him to come back in here, and even his baseline should have been a little bit better than where he was at last year. He's not going to consistently beat one-on-one matchups, right? You know what I mean? Like if you take your best cornerback and put him on Mooney and double up Drake London, and that's what teams that's kind of a classic strategy right there. You know, put your shutdown corner on the other guy. Is Mooney going to get open consistently on those one-on-one threats? He's not a strong run blocker downfield. I mean, he's kind of an undersized receiver that's just a kind of quickness slot guy. He's not really that durable. That's what I'm saying. Who was the number one
guy you was looking to get the ball to? The offensive coordinator. Who was his number one ball guy he was trying to get the ball to, no matter what?
On our team?
Yes.
Drake London.
No, Bijan. Bijan with the offense. If Bijan was not open, he tell the quarterback to improvise at that point.
If we talking about throwing, they're trying to get Drake London. If we talking about throwing, they're trying to get Drake London gets all the targets. He leads the team in targets. That's just real. The offense is centered around Bijan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bijan was the first guy that they look forward to. And that was we were so predictable. We were so predictable. Every team knew what we was doing. They was telling us what we was doing. We was too predictable, bro. It was too many times Kyle Pitts was wide the fuck open for them not even to throw the ball at him. If I'm Kyle Pitts, I'm gonna be pissed off too. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to get to some of the fan comments too, because a couple of people are saying something. Trenton Houston said Mooney should have been a slot player. That's how he played. You're right. He takes the top off. We need that in slot. Let me get some more comments. Penix has the arm for deep throws. Shout out to Falcon Cheeser. Let's see what else we got here. And we've been on for about almost 2 hours. So I dropped the link one more time, fans. If you want to jump on and say a couple of words, definitely here. It says Bijan is very rarely the primary receiver. We brought Kirk in specifically to get the ball to wide receivers. Okay. We got, let's see, Absolute Specimen. Nice pick. Sonny Styles. Who knows, man? May see each other in January. Oh, okay. Y'all just talking about picking out stuff. Okay, let me see what else. Thank you, bro. No Commanders live podcast on right now. So, okay, you're a Commanders fan. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Overall, I love the debating. I love the back and forth with everybody, different perspectives of how we feel about the players and everything else. If we like this right now in the off season, man, I can't wait till we start suiting up in the preseason games and everything else, and just see who's going to step up this year. I'm excited about it. Any more questions from the panel or from the chat? Let's go ahead and get our last minute questions in. I've never been at quarterback, but surely you're right. Your first read is quick check on to your running back on his wheels, it seemed.
I got a question. I want to know if y'all think that Jahan Dotson is an upgrade from Darnell Mooney.
Yes. I think Jahan Dotson wasn't used properly because he was behind a lot of talented people. When you went over there Philadelphia, he got hidden pretty much. at a team that really don't throw the ball that damn much. They receiver barely get the ball. So I think this offense gonna be able to unlock another level for Dotson. Plus, he got a chip on his shoulder. So this wide receiver room and got more deadly, more nasty. We got more nasty at the wide receiver spot. So yeah, I definitely think he's an upgrade from Mooney. Yeah.
Right.
Jahan Dotson can be Drake London. They both are first round talents. Trenton. So, what about
Now
you? You
Drake
asked the question. How are you
Drake
feeling?
London, a dog, boy. He a
Point
dog. That's
game.
contested, bub.
What you think about point game? How you feel?
Oh yeah, I definitely think he's an upgrade over Jahan Dotson. I think they raised the ceiling and they raised the floor. I think that Zachariah Branch is probably a more explosive version of what Dotson does. But I think, like you said, Dotson kind of should have a chip on his shoulder. In Washington, he kind of was drafted, and then they got rid of the regime that drafted him. They got rid of them right after his rookie year, and new staff came in, traded him away. And like you said, when he went to Philly, he wasn't going to start over either one of those guys in Philly. So that made him wide receiver 3. And so his numbers look kind of suspect. But I do think that he is a lot better than what they portrayed on play. I think that he's every bit of what we kind of would want Mooney to be able to do consistently. I think he's a guy that kind of gets you maybe, 700 to maybe 1,100 yards consistently somewhere in there, especially if he's not called on to be the number one guy, because you got to remember he's a first-round draft pick. So I like him.
Trenton also said Dawson is a dog too. That's why he went first round. Forget about behind a Heisman winner, obviously. And Jamie, your thoughts on Dotson?
I also believe that he's an upgrade as well. Point game mentioned Zachariah, but but I honestly think that whole wide receiver room is an upgrade, especially when you have the return of Mr. Deep Ball himself, Olamide Zaccheaus. So his veteran leadership, along with the talents of Drake London, is going to be phenomenal, because you got a quarterback who could throw a deep ball with just a flick of the wrist. So Dotson is an upgrade, but along with the talent that he's surrounded with coming to Atlanta. So, and yeah, it is. I mean, it's going to be eeny, meeny, miny, mo with our QB1. I guarantee that.
And I have a question from King Fred 8 to the panel. And I think right here, we're probably going to close it out and let everybody know where to find you and everything else. I appreciate everybody that has joined us for this hour and almost 2 hours. But the question is, it says, do you think they will let Penix take more deep shots now? Let's start that off with you, Big Will. If you're still
well, I don't think they gonna hold them back from doing too much of anything. Like I say here, they put that little petty video out for y'all so y'all can see. Hey, my boy can get up under center and he quick with his read. So hey, I don't think they're gonna limit him to anything. They're gonna try to put him what he should have got when he first came in the league. Like when you're coming from that college ranking, you need that be pushed to be doing everything. Like not having this man in pistol 80% of the goddamn snap. Teach him how to be under the center if you think that's a weakness of his.
Confident
when they had 25 guys went out there and see them, they had them under center and.
I think we're losing you.
Like I said, this coaching staff is going to push everybody to the limit because they want the best guys to be out there. So I think they're not going to hold him back. And the deep ball is his biggest threat as a quarterback. That's what he's good at. That deep ball, he's perfect at that. His problem was across the middle. And I think that's what they're going to have him focusing on more, throwing that ball across the middle. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I think Jamie is probably having some issues. But point game, your thoughts about just Michael Penix?
Yeah, I think that I agree with him on some of those things with Penix and where he's at. with some of the issues being more on the shorter stuff, I do think that they're going to let him take some more shots downfield. I believe it's probably going to be more play action involved on it. I think that Michael Penix, the play action, if anything, that's one of the best attributes of his game. He's a pretty good play action quarterback in college from all the tape that I've seen, and that was one of his biggest strengths. And that helps out a young quarterback. So having somebody like Bijan Robinson along with Kyle Pitts, they could all be very deadly in the play action game. And having a Zachariah Branch and a Dotson, guys who I think both can get deep, as well as Zacchaeus. I think that in any formation, they can always stress the defense at all three levels. And that's the biggest thing that you want to do as a coordinator is just stress the defense first and foremost. You need those guys that really have that threat of putting it out there. And Penix is a guy that, I mean, you have deep in this league, which is like 20 yards, 30 yards, but Penix can really like get it out there 40, 50 yards on the run off the wrong foot or something like that. So I do think that if they're smart, they're going to utilize a lot of play action. Stefanski is off of that Kubiak tree a little bit. He kind of comes from that Shanahan Kubiak style offense. Is going to be a very similar one to Zach Robinson with some of the plays, but I think he's going to utilize a lot more play action, and for that reason, they will be able to get deep a lot more often, or at least the perception of being deep, because if you keep lulling people to sleep with that wide zone with Bijan, and I think we're going to see a lot more variation even with the run plays as well too. I think that's going to help that play action out and help Penix out as well too. I think we're going to get a lot of wide zone, but we're going to get a lot of just straight up power football, probably more frequently, a lot more inside stuff, more variance in that. So I do think that they will let him use that, play to his strengths a little bit better with that though.
Okay. All right. I guess Jamie's having some issues. So with that being said, I thought I saw one more question. Let me see. Cannot wait. Are we coming to Washington? I don't know. I know I haven't circled what games I want to go to for away yet. I definitely know the Saints game I'm definitely going to. I want to go to that. Here's this very real chance Zach doesn't get a lot of offensive reps with Dotson or Zacchaeus, according to Trent. And let's see. I thought I saw a question. If I miss it, I do apologize and go back. Thanks. Oh, here it goes. Right here from King Fred. And then, never mind. I think that's it. Okay. With that being said, everybody, we're just going to go ahead and wrap this on up. I just kind of wanted to come in and, test some of this streaming out and just to see how it works for us. Cause I know we got the regulators coming on tomorrow at 11 a.m. And of course I had been absent for the entire week. So I just couldn't go a whole week with not talking about the schedule and, some of the things that's going on in the franchise. We're seeing Michael on the center and things like that. We've got practice starts Monday. So we're going to have a lot more to talk about this week. And I want to go ahead and just kind of get back into talking about it a little bit. So with that being said, we're going to start off with Big Will. We're going to close this thing on out and give you guys our evening back because I got to feed my babies.
Feed them babies.
I got to feed them. No problem. I appreciate it. I had some time today and I was like, I want to come on here and talk some football today.
Oh, for sure.
But Big Will, let everybody know where to find you and what's up next for you.
All right, man. Y'all know to follow me on Twitter and on YouTube at Will the Georgia Reaper. Catch me Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock on everything Atlanta Sports. It's been a little slow on the all season because ain't been too much to talk about. But like she said, hey, they finna crank up a little bit more, so we have more news to talk about. Then I ain't got to regurgitate everything else that everybody else talking about. So, yeah. But, you catch me, follow me on both of them channels. Whatever AFN got going on, if I got time and they drop the link, I'm up in there. You already know.
All right. Appreciate you. And I can't wait to see. I'm excited about the season because then, we have our shows coming back. But in off season, we kind of just take breaks here and there. And with graduation season, there's a lot of people that was, with family and things like that. So I was like, I ain't got nothing going on this weekend other than I'm hosting Atlanta Dream Party at Urban Pie. For those that couldn't get tickets because they are sold out, we will be playing the Dream Game at Urban Pie. So come out there for the Dream Game. They sold out quick. It says shout out to the Bird Bath, y'all. Shout out to Falcons Bird Bath, y'all, for more content. Okay. And 3 Point. Let's do it. Let it, your last thoughts and where everybody can find you. What's up for you?
Yeah, no, man. I think it's gonna be a really exciting season, man. I think that we're gonna have a lot more special teams depth. I think that if Troy Anderson and some of these other guys could come along, I think we just kind of raised our floor a lot more defensively and offensively, even at the quarterback position. And I think it's gonna be interesting to see where we at with Stefanski. I think that it's not gonna take a lot and just kind of keep it simple. And I think he should be a pretty solid coach for that. And you guys can catch me on YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok, Point Game Official. On TikTok, it's Point Game Official Sports. I do the Bird Bath ATL, formerly known as the Falcons Bird Bath, and I post twice weekly, and I'll be doing other content aside from just Falcons as well too. So,
okay, all right.
So when you do your show, do you allow folks to come on, or how you run that?
Yeah, no, I have guests sometimes. I don't do a whole everybody chime in at once from in the just open feed. Haven't done that yet with viewers, but very interactive with the comment section on the show of ours. And honestly, a lot of people don't always really want to get on camera all the time, but yeah, I'm definitely welcome to having guests on the show. I actually want to have Maggie coming up sometime soon, and I do watch parties during the season as well too. So I'm definitely welcome of having other people on and having guests on for time to time. And I have a few recurring people that I have on. I have like resident sports specialists and all of that, but got to specialize in some of the injury and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm always open to have more people on. If you want to hop on, man, you are welcome to come get it in, and we could chop it up on the topics and everything. So
absolutely. Sure. And of course, closer to the season, I know, like we said, with off season, but I really want to start getting Big Will's some co-host on his show as well, and whatever Ty Kell got going on. But I would love for y'all to work together in any capacity, and more people that are in the background of Atlanta Falcons Nation over here looking. If you want to get in on this, I really feel that we got to have a little bit more shows and, more new faces for the new season of our podcast. This is year 6 for Atlanta Falcons Nation. So it's time for some new things to come. And we do have our social clubs now that I'm launching out. We got the LadyBirds of AFN social club. We also have, of course, the Atlanta Falcons Nation social club too. Where I will be hosting a lot of away game watch parties. Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. Our very first one, not a watch party, but our red and black event, September 19th. We have official location, which is going to be at Urban Pie. Y'all come out, show out. I'll give you all the details of that soon. But we have a location now. I'll be hosting, and along with the AFN crew, we're going to make it fun. It's a patio area, so we'll be outside enjoying some, and then they got inside too, so you won't be too hot because it's in September versus July like we normally do. So be on the lookout for the RSVP invite for that, so we can kind of keep a count of who all wants to be there. And let's talk. Some of my people that are business people. You sell merchandise, you do this, you do that, hit me up. If you want to sponsor, hit me up. It all takes a community to get this together. And I want all content creators, every last one of you, to be in the building. I want to just, my goal is to bring everybody back together. So I appreciate all the content creators that are contributing and wants to be a part of this movement. Me and Big Low just celebrated my baby's graduation, and Yuri came through. I was surprised at that. So it's like we're a family over here, y'all. So let's make it that for the season. So it's a family affair every time we go to a Falcons game. You said I would love to come over. Please have a little cold one for your brother overseas. Absolutely. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Fellas, if y'all want to stay back in the back for a couple of minutes, that'd be great. But on that note, Thank you, fans, for being here. Look out for my post on MaggieTProductions is where you can find me on any social media platform. You're also going to start seeing me with KB Sports Media, Urban Pie, and 100.9 The Blaze on the radio station. So 420 on the grave. Hey, gotta find my tree. That's 420 for you. It's already on pass for us.
It's past. They gone.
It been gone. It been gone. But on that note, y'all trees it up, support the team. And hey, we got a football season coming, y'all. On that note, appreciate everybody. And we up out of this thing. Good night. Peace.